One lucky dog. We are back for day 2, and day 1 was awesome. We had a few kinks to work out. The girl with the golden shoes. Yeah.
That'd be me.
Don't like the fact that we're thinking alike already. But the girl with the golden shoes. Yeah, we had to change the setting. Can you put your shoes? Can you see her shoes?
Can I see my shoe? Yeah. I'm very flexible, thankfully. Here you go. Wait. Okay. Here.
Are those R13s?
Yes.
Oh, there we go.
That is flexible. You know who's
it's my brand.
I'd never heard of that company until yesterday.
You know who's not flexible?
You. You know how I've tried to get to be flexible? Him, but he refuses to do it. At some point, you're going to cave.
I'd like to know how many people are interested in seeing us do a Pilates class.
Nobody.
Yes.
Zero.
We'll see. We'll take a vote.
We'll get 3 reformers on the stage.
3 what?
Don't worry about it. Just say yes. 3 reformers.
Just say yes.
A reformer?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
a reformer. It doesn't mean like you're reformed like a criminal or
A reformed Jew?
Yes, exactly. 3 reformers. It's the machine that one uses. There's a mega reformer. I don't know all the difference, but it's absolutely amazing for just using a little resistance band. How hard it is. You need it. It'd be good for you.
It would be really good for you.
I need lots of things. Okay, we're going to start with.
Oh, showing his guns.
The gun show's coming.
We got lots of things. I need lots of things. I'm not going to start with Pilates. The only thing worse than
Why not?
Oh, here it comes. I can't wait. The only thing worse than Pilates is
the only thing I can imagine for me that would be worse than Pilates.
Yeah.
Would be like yoga,
Why?
because I could just have this.
Because you're not flexible.
Because I'm definitely not
Yeah,
flexible.
but that's how
I
do you,
get that,
how do
but
you
you
ever
work on
become
it.
flexible if you're not actually doing something to help yourself? As my dad used to say, remember, he yelled at you. Use it or lose it.
That's
Is that what
right.
he said?
Yeah, use it or lose it. I mean, it was more in reference to your brain, but it's the same thing
But
for
it's
your
really
body.
for every
It's your body,
muscle
and
in
as
your
we get
body.
older, case in point, you lose mobility and flexibility, case in point.
I don't remember your dad saying that to me.
Yeah,
Use it or lose it.
he yelled at you, in the hospital, and you're like, okay. He said, you got to take care of yourself, get in shape,
Oh yeah. Your dad.
Pearls of wisdom.
right?
Your
Yes.
dad was had a lot of exactly pearls, like just a little one line,
well,
a lot of one-liners.
Product of the depression, like you're,
Yeah.
Same thing. Your parents. I mean, you listen.
Very kind and lovely man.
Yeah, thank you.
It was very direct.
He was.
Very direct. All our parents were very direct. My dad was the same way, very direct.
My dad was the same way.
Yeah, don't hold
Get in
back.
trouble because he would just say what he was thinking.
Now you can't tell kids what you're thinking.
Oh, it's off limits.
Gen Zers.
Oh, yeah, they're sensitive. You can't tell kids anything nowadays.
Because everybody got a trophy when they were in AYSO soccer, regardless of what place you came in, you got a trophy. Hey, don't yell at me. My parents told me I couldn't do anything wrong.
I'll never forget telling my daughter she wanted to play softball, and I'm like, don't take a spot from somebody else on the team.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been through that.
And I got yelled at.
I wonder if she's watching.
Yeah,
Probably not.
Maybe, I don't know.
that's fine.
I don't know if she knows we've started yet. But anyway, this is day 2, and you can see a new setup on stage. I'm Tom Sosnoff, he's Scott Sheridan, she's Sol Espinoza Suarez, and we moved Sol a little bit closer to us, and so it looks like we're all on the same level now, and we know it's going to take a couple weeks before we nail this thing, and we have the show down to exactly what we want, so we're going to test a lot of stuff. We're holding back some of the crazy content that we've written too, just till we get everything, sorted out. But I think you're going to love what we're building. It's very different than what we did when we built Thinkorswim. It's very different than what we did when we built Tasty. And One Lucky Dog is our network. Lossdog is our soon-to-be released software. We're going to roll out our software in probably before the end of November, sometime around Thanksgiving. We still have a few little finishing touches and bug fixes, as you'd say. But I think you're going to love what we're building. It's going to get better and better. We are trying to reach a very wide, large audience all over the world with this new show. We are going to talk about success, business, entrepreneurship. Scott and I are going to talk about all the things that have worked for us in 40 plus years.
And some things that didn't.
And a lot of things.
A lot of things that
As
didn't.
you know from the past, we talk a lot about our bad trades as well as our good trades. We're going to talk a little bit about markets. Not a lot, not about trading, but markets for sure, because we want people to build equity. But we're going to talk about markets. We're going to talk about risk taking. We're going to talk about, we're going to talk a lot about differentiation and networking. We're going to talk a lot about personal risk taking. And our real goal is to narrow the wage gap, create a better environment for worker fairness, expose a lot of the flaws in the current system, and there'll be a few rants mixed in there. We'll piss off plenty of people. We'll also make plenty of people really happy. We're going to take your phone calls.
Phone calls, 312-448-7032. It should be down below. We apologize.
Remember that already?
I'm good with numbers.
That's
Took me
right.
6 years on Tasty.
448-7032. Apologize for anybody who tried to call yesterday on Lossdog.com. It was incorrect. On YouTube, I believe it was correct. But that is the right number, 312-448-7032.
Yeah, nothing worse than yesterday sending people to the Verizon support line.
It's actually kind of funny.
We didn't to the Verizon. We wouldn't do that to you under any circumstances. But no, we'll take your calls and we'll mix them in. Sometimes you'll have to be on hold for a while, and sometimes sometimes we'll take them right away. Just depends. Each show is going to go for somewhere around between, on the low side, about 60 minutes, on the high side, about 90. Yesterday was about 95 minutes. We'll try to shorten it up a little bit. And today we're mixing in some new stuff already. Put a mailbag in there. I think you're gonna have some fun with that. And again, we're happy. We'd love you to spread the word. The best source of new people for us is referrals from people that know us and that like us and that want to hear more. And we're going to clip a lot of the show. Sometimes you don't have to watch it in real time. Yesterday was actually, for not even publicizing it,
Amazing.
a massive audience. So we
Amazing.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Yep. Thank you very much.
We're going to send out we've been holding off sending out some emails to tell you about us starting up. So if you haven't received anything from us, that's on purpose yet. We want to get a little of glitches out of the way, fix a few of the things. The show's going to be twice as good today as it was yesterday, and then twice as good again tomorrow. So that's the cool part.
Good. Let's do it.
Did you watch the
Let's
worst
do it.
football game ever last night?
No, I didn't. I did watch some of the Bulls game, but I didn't watch the football game. But I'm happy that I'm not saying the Philly won. I'm saying Green Bay lost. So
The Bears are tied for first place after 9 games.
And it's so funny because I always made a bet because we had a lot of Buffalo fans at Tasty, and I always
Just because I don't ever want to go off of my historical track with Buffalo, I hate Buffalo fans.
So I
from
always
Buffalo,
made
I
the
say,
bet with the spread.
I hate Buffalo.
Sorry.
I've been getting that, and finally, because I'm not there, I didn't make the bet, and I think the Bears were probably getting four games. They're 8.5. Buffalo was, or 8.5, and Buffalo was probably 12.5. So probably 4 games, and they're tied. They're 6-3. I mean, if you would have said the Bears were going to be tied for first place after 9 games, you would have been able to get good odds on that.
Seriously, who has the worst fans? Like, if that'd be a good thing to say. Who has the worst fan? I mean, everybody says Philly has the worst fans, and I think
Define word, like the most obnoxious.
the most obnoxious. I mean, Philly's right there, and Buffalo's right there. They're like neck and neck. Is there anybody else?
Well, you kind of got to feel for Buffalo though, because they've
Yankee-
never won.
Yankee fans?
Yeah, Yankees fans are pretty bad.
Yankee fans are bad.
Okay, University of Michigan fans, bad.
Okay, so I'm gonna go. I'm going on Saturday.
Wolverines, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So-
bad.
College
fans?
Even I
Yeah, but-
can't stand
Notre
them.
Dame,
Sorry.
Oh,
Michigan, Notre Dame,
Ohio State fans?
Ohio State,
They're-
and I have to say, the one that's a little annoying right now, but I like the team, is Indiana fans jumping on the bandwagon wearing their sweatshirt because they haven't won more than 2 games like ever, and now Signetti, they are killing it. So
Yeah, but you got to give Indiana fans a break. They're
yes,
entitled.
because, but again, it's like Buffalo, wide right, wide left,
Yeah, I
or
know.
whatever it is. You give them,
But yeah, Indiana fans, I got to cut them some slack. But anyway, yeah, that'll be a fun show. Like just talking about, fans and stuff like that. I like that.
Indiana, Ohio State's going to be a great Big Ten championship.
It is. I am going to the Michigan Northwestern game on Saturday because it's at Wrigley Field, so I can walk there. Plus, it's supposed
In
to
the
be
hood.
it's supposed to be 65 degrees.
That's your shuffle zone. It is going to be
shuffle zone.
65 degrees, which is crazy because we had about 4 inches of snow, 5 inches of snow yesterday.
It's cold today.
Cold, and it's
Today's ice.
nasty. So
But
6
we'll
out.
all have melted by Saturday.
That's beautiful.
Beautiful.
We'll see.
Beautiful.
That's beautiful.
Anyway, it's gonna be fun. Have you been to a football game at Wrigley?
I've been to a few football games.
okay.
I went to,
you saw
and I have to say,
I went to one, yeah.
I went
that
a
same
couple years ago, Iowa, Northwestern.
Okay.
Brutal. I think it was 9-3 at halftime.
gosh.
And like just if you like a good defensive battle, it's great. But yeah,
Well,
it's fun.
Northwestern puts points on the board, and
Yeah.
so does Michigan. It'll be a fun game.
It'll be fun, and it's a great venue. I have not been to a hockey game, although I went skating. We did do that, and they had the football. After one of the football games, they left the field goals up so you could go out and try kicking field goals. It's impossible. I mean, from like 15 yards, I'm like, this is impossible. And these guys
Right?
pooch it. They pooch it from 50.
Yeah, well, they're
It
professionals.
really is a talent.
Yeah, something changed. They're professionals, but 20 years ago they weren't doing this. I don't know what happened to technique, but these guys are unbelievable. What, the guy kicked a 68-yarder?
Yeah, well, last night they had a 64-yarder to tie the game.
Missed it.
With no time left on the clock, and he shanked it. The Green
Shanked
Bay
it.
kicker. Yeah, he shanked it.
Because he just got too low. Tried to kick it too low.
I have no idea, but he actually he didn't shank it. He
Yanked
yanked
it.
it, and he hit it like 12 yards.
Well, I mean, if you're going to miss, you might as well miss.
Yeah, and whatever.
All right,
So,
good. Well, I'm
all right.
happy the Green Bay lost. Let's go.
Anyway, we got an amazing show for you. Sol, take it away.
We do have an amazing show today. A brand new segment
A brand new
called
segment.
Doggy Bag. And we're going to be taking your email questions.
When you think of a
gonna
doggy
be
bag,
answering.
are you thinking of the bags you're picking up poop with, or are you thinking of like?
Oh, I go
you
straight.
taking
I
stuff
go
home?
straight to food. No,
I do too.
Wait, before,
Doggy
what
bag
do you
is
go,
the
what do you
bag
go
that
with?
you
A
take
doggy
from the
bag?
restaurant.
I think you're taking food home from the restaurant.
Right. See,
That's right.
to me, dog bag is cleaning
That's
up
the
after your
OG.
dog. Doggy bag. Question.
Doggy.
I know his answer.
Okay.
So I'm asking you the answer.
Okay.
Yes or no to doggy bags?
From a restaurant?
I'm not asking you. I'm asking you, yes or no, not from cleaning up after your dog. That's an absolute yes. And if you don't, you're a despicable person.
You are horrible.
Horrible. I'm asking
Doggy bag.
taking food home. Oh,
Depends.
you're hesitating. I would have thought you said you were all in.
It depends. It depends on how good the food is, how well it's going to travel, whether I can.
So are you
reheat it at home.
okay? Are you a leftover person of your own cooking?
I am, yes.
So you'll eat
However,
your-
other people in my family, and I won't name names,
Are not leftover?
are not leftover people.
So I'm not a leftover.
just me.
I'm not a leftover person, and I know Tom is not.
I will never take food home from a restaurant.
See, I will for my dogs. Like if there's food that I,
I mean,
think
it
would be
has
good.
to be really, really good, and it has to be reheatable.
Or
so yes,
If
most
it's a
times I
good
don't.
chicken parm and I didn't finish it, I can make a chicken parm sandwich. I'll do that.
Salt. I don't care. Salt. It's-
I like a good chicken parm sandwich.
Who doesn't finish it? If you didn't finish it, it wasn't good.
I don't eat as much as I used to eat.
Okay, I'm not listening to you.
Is it chicken parm? Is it breaded?
Yes.
Okay, I've never had it.
Never had breaded chicken. You've never had a good chicken parm.
Ever had a chicken parm?
No,
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
I just don't love breaded stuff.
Is that an Ecuadorian thing?
Sorry, no, they like their breaded stuff. I just don't. I don't know. It's me.
Do you eat fried chicken?
It's a soul problem.
Do you eat fried chicken?
I do, but that's different
Why?
because it's not breaded inside
So you
of
wouldn't
bread.
eat, you wouldn't eat chicken.
Like how can you
would you eat
breaded
chicken,
inside of bread? Or
chicken
like,
Milanese? You wouldn't eat a good chicken Milanese?
Probably not.
You have problems, girl.
You do.
guess.
We have a lot to unpack over the coming months and years.
else? we got?
First world problem.
All right.
Tom has a bone to pick with Peter Thiel,
That's our daily rant.
and it's our daily rant. It's Tom's rant. Scott and Tom discuss Chipotle or AI on Unleashed, and on Wow, Words of Wisdom, otherwise known as the power of networking. But first, today we give a heartfelt salute to our veterans. Thank you for your courage, service, and the sacrifices you've made for us all.
Very nice.
And let's move right into Doggy Bag, the one you bring from the restaurant, not the other one.
So these are emails that came into us yesterday, just from first day viewers, and thank you so much. If it's anything like it's been in the past, we're going to get a few thousand a day emails, so plenty to choose from. But I just kind of wanted to change it up a little bit. So the first question is, love the show, and the software looks very cool. We only gave a little snapshot of the software.
Which we will, again, something else later towards the end of the show.
We're teasing some stuff out every single show. Today, another tease. But this person writes, I'm in Singapore. Will the new Lossdog software work for me? And remember, the software is designed to help you quantify what you're worth. And there's a lot of things to that we're really simplifying it. But will the software, what does it mean for people in other countries? I mean, we have a pretty big following around the world from our trading days. And so, we've actually owned a brokerage firm in Singapore before. And we've always had a big following in Singapore, in Malaysia, in Thailand, in India. And so Australia, I'm just going that part of the world kind of thing. And the answer is yes. The technology will work. It's not going to be perfect at first, but we are downloading resumes and data from basically as many data points as we can and as many resumes as we can from places all over the world. We're not limiting it just to U.S. companies and...
Because the problem is the same pretty much everywhere.
Yeah. There's no difference. In Singapore, which is, by the way, an amazing country. If you've never been there and you have an opportunity to stop in Singapore, which is 3/4 of the way around the world,
I don't think you can be 3/4. I don't think you can be more than half because you go the other way. But we'll go on.
Let's say you're halfway around the world. All I know is Singapore took 20 hours to get there.
Yeah, it's far.
With the greatest Chinese food I've ever had in my life.
I'd like to send a shout out to my good friend CB, Chris Brankin, who's in Singapore.
You do have a buddy in Singapore.
I have my buddies.
But so there's no difference from somebody working for a financial firm in Singapore, for a trading firm, or for really any kind of company professionals. And so, we have to convert to Singaporean dollars. There's a little bit of difference there. And we don't have as much historical government data. But the reality of the software, is it going to work? Of course. It's going to work for everybody, everywhere. But as time goes on, we'll be able to adjust for different currencies.
As well as localized data, but yes.
Yeah, as well as localized data. It's all just data points.
Yep.
Okay, it's just technology.
Great question.
Let's go next.
Somebody just said on the chat on YouTube, they just said, she doesn't like chicken parm. I give her 2 weeks.
That's
exactly right.
That's probably a little high.
Yeah,
I think it's closer to the end of this week, but we'll see.
Jeez, I'll have to have one and see if I like it or not, though, because I've never had one.
If you haven't had one,
right? I've never had one, so I don't know. I may
still
be
in
missing
your
out on
30s,
something.
so you have time. But if you
life-changing.
It's life-changing.
It's
If you get a good chicken parm sandwich.
Right.
Can I also say something about chicken parm? I would like to take credit for bringing chicken parm to Chicago in the sandwich.
Oh my gosh!
It didn't exist here.
No, I can't do this.
I would like to take credit for the chicken parm sub in Chicago.
And with the giardiniera, because it has to have giardiniera.
See, I love giardiniera, but not on my chicken parm.
Oof.
Let's go next slide.
Oof.
I'm a special education teacher in the New York City public school system.
Yes, the teacher.
How will your teachings help me? I cannot negotiate my salary or get equity. And this must hit home because your husband's a teacher.
That's right.
And we got some phone calls from teachers yesterday. We got a lot of emails from teachers yesterday, first day. And this is a very fair question because a lot of people are in certain systems, like education being one of them.
But they don't have equity.
And there are lots of other professions like that. You could be in the military, for example. You can't get equity necessarily, or some version of it, and you can't really negotiate your salary. And so, and there's just, I can think of probably 10 more examples like that where it won't be something where we can give you that kind of context where you can negotiate or get equity, but everything else we talk about here for when you're maybe not a teacher or maybe not.
Or even you could do it right now, and depending on how old you are, the younger you are, the more risk you could and should be taking financially. But you can choose, if you have disposable income, you could choose to start investing in the markets. And one of the things that if you're not aware of, because a lot of people are afraid to say, well, I don't have the money to buy 100 shares of some stock. I'm going to say every brokerage firm, at least all the big ones, maybe some of the small ones don't. You can buy fractional shares of stocks right now, and they're free. Nobody charges commission to trade stock. So I'm not saying to go into the stock market right now, but have a plan, because depending on what your timing is for when you want to go into the market, but you literally could buy $5 or $10 of Apple or Google or Amazon. Pick your stock. It doesn't make a difference. So, you know, perhaps a day that you don't go to a coffee shop and spend $7 or $8 or $10 on a coffee.
Hey, careful on the coffee.
Sorry, on the coffee shop.
Yeah.
No shit on bad coffee. But you could slowly, you don't have to think of this as, I don't have $10,000 or $20,000 or $30,000 to invest in the market. You could start today with $5 or $10.
But also, to be fair, also the show's about risk.
Yep.
It's about gaining confidence. It's about engagement in all the different takeaways. We're just sharing 40 years of, just like we did with trading, sharing everything we know. This network is all about goodwill. We're sharing everything that we know, so hopefully you'll subscribe to our software when we launch it. And the show's always going to be free. The software is subscription based, and hopefully you'll appreciate what we do on air and subscribe to the software. That's it. I mean, this is a goodwill model.
But it's a great question.
Let's go to the next slide.
Yep.
So this person writes, I'm going to veterinary school at Ohio State. I don't know anybody. Do you have any friends that ever went to veterinary school?
No.
Well, no, actually. My
No, me
nephew
neither.
studied zoology.
I love our vet, but I don't.
I'm going to veterinary school at Ohio State. How should I think about my next steps after graduation? Should I go work for someone, or should I try to start my own business?
It fits into our later segment.
It does fit into our later segment today on networking. Okay, I'll give you my 2 cents here first. You're obviously, I don't know how long veterinary school is. It 7 years?
It's a long time.
It's a long time. I think it's 7 years. I think it's just like med school. I think it's like 7
So
years.
your late 20s.
Yeah. Personally, I think it's really important to gain know-how, to gain experience, and to network this stuff. I think there's a lot of other issues that come with trying to start your own business before you kind of build up, all your expertise. So my call would be in this situation, get some experience. You've got your whole life ahead of you. It doesn't matter. We didn't start Thinkorswim till I was in my 40s. We didn't start Tasty till I was in my 50s. So, for 20 years, we learned the business on the trading floor. I mean, Scott was a little younger, but I guess the point here is, I think you should work for someone first.
And my answer, it's going to be similar. What I think most people miss is it's not just the specific knowledge of, in this case, being a vet. It's not just that. You might be an amazing student and you're going to be a great vet. It has nothing to do with that. The complexities of running a business are usually so much larger than what somebody thinks it is. Literally, there's day-to-day activities you're going, I didn't know I had to do this. I didn't know I had to do this, whatever this is. So getting out, and we're going to talk about networking later, but getting out and just watching how somebody does it, and you can learn as much or more about how you would do it differently, and you might choose to say, I don't want to do it that way, or you might say, wow, they're really good at this, and in time, and it might be a year, 2 or 3, you can go off and do it on your own. Now, having said that, the flip side of that coin is you're clearly thinking about starting a business on your own, and I would never say no. If that was your lifelong dream, go do it with the understanding that you're going to have some things that are going to punch you in the face a couple times that you just weren't aware of. And the good news is, if you have a degree like being, coming out of veterinary school, you're employable. So if this doesn't work, if you do go it alone, it doesn't work, you could choose to then backtrack and start with somebody else.
I love to cook. I didn't know I had to do dishes.
Right.
Let's go to the next slide. And this is the last one.
I like this one.
I'm a full-time trader. existing on the fringe of success. Should I continue down this path or look to enter the financial service space? Mr. Sheridan?
Well, it depends on what fringe means. So,
You're on the bubble.
You're on the bubble. If you how long have you been doing it? Like, how fringe is it? Are you covering your expenses? Are you making enough to live, et cetera, et cetera? So the great thing about trading is it's always going to be there. Regardless, whether you take time off, whether you take a different job, trading is always there. If you're interested in getting a job in the financial services space, and that's a wide range, there's a lot of jobs in that, in that particular range of, for an occupation. Everything from, financial planning to being, a broker to being support, which is what we did for so many years. I love the field. Obviously, I've been doing it for 40 plus years, so I wouldn't say don't go do that. If you're going to do it, I don't think it has to be one or the other. You can still trade while you have your other job, with the caveat being your firm allows you to do it depending on where you are. Some firms won't allow you to trade without putting the trades through compliance. So I would say in this case, from what little information I have, I would look to take a job in financial services and continue to trade.
That's a pretty good answer. I don't have a lot to add to that other than being a full-time trader it's a very individual thing, and some people really like that. You can kind of stay in your own little world. The fringe of success, I look at that as very positive because that means you're just you're proving concept. You're just about there. I would say if you're young enough and you have different long-term goals, go into the financial service space. If you're not, then continue down the independent trader path. Personally, I loved the independent trader path for 20 years, and then we chose to
But
change
a big difference, and this is a big one because you're saying it can be a little isolated. It can be really lonely if you're doing this in your home and you're not getting out.
It's brutal.
It's you lack socialization. So one of the things we are, humans.
a dog park for traders.
That's not a bad idea. So one of the nice things about if you were to take a role in a financial service space, you're going to be around hopefully like-minded people, and I think it will give you benefits that you might not even be aware of.
One of the reasons that I've been on the road, literally on the road for 25 years, with doing over like 500 live shows, was because I really liked when individual traders would come to our events and they would see all the other people in the room. So there'd be like 500 people in the room, and they say, "Oh, I'm not alone in this thing." So that was really
A
cool.
meetup.
It's a meetup.
sorts.
It's a networking thing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hopefully you liked the email piece today. I liked it.
Yeah.
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 I thought it was very
Good.
fun
So thank you for sending in the.
and very good questions. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. All right.
All right, moving on to Unleashed.
Oof.
Oof. Or rather,
I
woof woof.
I like the dog theme here.
Unleashed, here it is. Is the direction of our economy more tied to Chipotle or OpenAI?
So just to give a little context around this, Chipotle appeals to a certain generation. Like there's never a time when I'm going to go, damn, I really feel like Chipotle.
It's a key
Your kids?
demographic.
To your kids?
that's 25 to
Do my
35
kids?
year olds.
There's no way Cole, with all the good Mexican food in LA, there's no way.
Cole's, he will say things like, I really want to go to like Cava. Yeah, so he'll
will?
Yeah, he will. But
Disappointing.
but kids, I don't care. Like I would say 15 to like 35 or 40 in that range. That's kind of like Chipotle,
Are you a Chipotle person?
No.
No, does she look like a Chipotle person?
No.
I have
Burrito.
nothing against it. But
Burrito House number 3.
yeah.
There we go.
But then the other side of it is OpenAI and, people that are investing in kind of the whole world of, the explosive world of AI and the growth in that space. And just, conceptually, the demographic is very different. And I think that, that's the discussion here.
So we have just a couple points. You could see this. So when you read this, you say, that Q3 25 earnings not good, down 22%. Stock was down 22%.
But Q2
Was good.
no, the stock. So I don't know how much you follow Chipotle stock,
haven't.
but I've been
not
trading
really.
it for the last couple of years, and Chipotle stock was, let's say, I think it was like 1,200 or something, and I think it did a 20-for-1 split. So it opened, or 1,400 or something. So it opened like in the around 60 something, and it missed earning. After it did its split. Now most time when stocks split, they kind of go back up, things like that.
Because they're cheap.
Because
I'm kidding.
They're perceived to be cheap.
I'm kidding.
After Chipotle had earnings, and I think it was Q1 earnings, the stock dropped like from 60 something to 50 something, maybe it was down like 20%. After it had Q2 earnings, it dropped even worse, down to like $40. So now it's lost a third of its value. And then after Q3 earnings, it dropped another 20% or 30%. So now it's down to less than 50% of it where it was split wise. So they thought they were doing everybody a favor to get more people involved with a cheaper stock, and actually the stock's gone from 60 something down to 30 basically, or 1,200 or 1,300 down to 600. Yeah. So this is the stock has gotten destroyed. On the other hand,
So let's talk about AI. Throw some there.
the AI stocks have
So now,
yeah.
So here you could see.
Keeps growing.
Think about worldwide spending. Just think about, again, we go over what $1 billion used to be, and now like $1 billion is like, doesn't mean anything. 1.5 trillion. Okay, it's expected to go to 2 trillion next year.
Okay.
And then look at what the spending on the generative AI models. Just look, I mean, that's massive, massive amount of money. Now, I'll take the first swing here. Talking about the economy, first of all, I think the stock market has broken away. I don't think the stock market is representative of the economy anymore. I think maybe it used to be, not anymore. I am 100% here on this one, going to go with Chipotle being more representative, because I think Chipotle covers such a large portion. And I'm not saying that the people that just go eat at Chipotle, but there's like-minded for the economy and for the business. And what percent of the economy is generated from households in this range? What percent of the economy comes from this range versus the billionaires right now that are putting all the money into AI? What percent of the economy is generated from them? So I'm 100% my answer here. My answer is
the
Chipotle.
last point, the key demographic of 25 to 35-year-olds is especially impacted by higher unemployment, student loan repayment resuming, and slower wage growth.
Yep, and we're going to get, assuming that the government opens this week, I don't know if they'll backtrack or they'll just wait till the first Friday. So in a 2 weeks or 3 weeks, we'll have unemployment numbers. We'll see what it is. What do you say?
So based on the fact that the stock market is essentially, within 1 or 2% of its all-time highs, the amount of the concentration of money that's gone into the AI or tech stocks is insane.
Staggering.
Down a little bit today, but just the amount of money is staggering. And when I think about it, Lossdog is an AI company.
Yep.
We're using AI in our technology. We're using AI in everything that we do. So it's a big part of what we're building. I have to imagine that AI is going to be a big part of every single market business, because traders are going to use AI to manage risk. Traders are going to use AI for learning. Financial service firms are going to use AI for education. They're going to use AI for research, for support.
Yep.
And I think that AI is going to have a massive influence, and I think that is represented in current prices in the market. I think Chipotle represents a really good cross-section, like you said, of the majority of people in this country. I think AI represents a much bigger cross-section of where the capital's flowing. And
yes, but agree with that. But again, the impact on the economy, I think, will be greater if you have a larger percent of the population being impacted.
Well, the real question becomes, will the amount of money that's being invested in AI be able to create enough revenue to sustain these price levels, because the AI is a really cool technology, but I don't spend any money for AI. Do you?
Nope.
Do you?
Levi does.
Okay. Well,
Use it, and they use it in his business. They use it, but again, I don't know a lot of people that do spend money to buy it.
so you've got, so out of all of us, we have one kid
Yep.
that spends additional, I mean, it pays
Yeah.
for AI, and I bet he pays a very small amount of money.
He does.
Yeah.
He loves it.
Of course.
Loves
I
it.
mean, every techie kid,
I
every
am
engineer.
I'm sure
love
if you
the
go
technology.
into colleges and high schools, every kid is paying for AI.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Right.
And I don't blame them, and you should. I mean, technology never makes things worse. It only makes things better. And I can't imagine that technology is going to make Chipotle better. Do you know what I'm saying? I do imagine that this technology is going to make, all these tech companies better. The question is, can they maintain the levels of revenue, or does this become a 2000 type of situation where a lot of those companies built the foundation but weren't able to sustain the revenue model? I think it's going to be a little bit of both. I think these companies today are too big to fail. And
The big ones.
The big ones. I don't think NVIDIA or Microsoft, I mean, they have more money than the GDP of most countries. So I would expect that, I think, again, a tough question here, but I kind of feel like when you look at holistically, when you look at everything now, AI is OpenAI and AI is maybe more representative of our economy than Chipotle. I know that sounds weird.
Okay.
It does sound very
It's
weird, but
It's a challenge.
it's a challenge, I guess.
Awesome. Remember, our phone lines are open all the time. And
773-448.
No, 312.
Oh, 312.
312. You're a
Sorry,
773
what?
girl.
No, I'm not.
312.
I don't even know why you said that.
448 70 38 32.
32.
32. Something 32.
You're lightheaded today because you haven't had any eggplant. You haven't had any
Chicken parm.
Chicken.
Tell me you don't eat eggplant parm.
I love eggplant.
Parm.
Parm.
Well,
Oof.
I had. Okay.
Oh, you're a bad Italian.
Bad dog. I am a bad Italian. I guess that's true. We're going to move on to bad dog.
So every day, I am going to try to write some kind of a rant, and because I think I have some fun with it, and some people love it, some people hate it.
The ones that hate it love it, but they just
But I
prefer
mean,
to
listen,
hate
it creates
Secretly love it.
It creates a discussion, and one of the things I've always loved for over the last 25 years is that we haven't been plain vanilla. We've kind of worn everything, we've been outspoken about everything. We put everything on, basically worn it on our sleeves the whole time, and have never been afraid to talk about topics that, that everybody else, what are you not supposed to talk about, like religion and
Okay,
politics?
here we go. We're not telling you because it's going to be top of mind. Speaking of plain vanilla, I think the best commercial out right now is for the Google ad, ripping on the vanilla ice cream for the Apple phones.
Yeah,
Amazing.
it's a good commercial.
It's a great commercial. But
At first I was like, what is this?
plain vanilla.
I know, I got it.
That's right.
I got it. But
Plain
we have
vanilla.
never
At
been,
least I've never seen it. Aye.
we've been accused of a lot of things.
So busy living life.
We need to
Watch
help.
that commercial.
We
What
need,
can I say?
We need to help you.
We've been accused of a lot of things, but holding back is not one of them. So I hope you enjoy these daily rants. And they're going to be all over the place. Some will be political, some will be whatever, business-wise, some will be personal, whatever. We'll come up with fun topics. But today's bad dog topic is on Peter Thiel. So given all the success and commitment to innovation, Peter Thiel is a man living in his own hateful, ultra-rich world. He uses his wealth to silence critics, but his arrogance and greed are always on full display. I'm Tom Sosnoff, and I have a bone to pick with Peter Thiel's private equity campaign to turn American democracy into a startup pitch deck. Harumph. Peter Thiel, in 2018, Peter Thiel wrote an essay titled The Education of a Libertarian, where he explicitly stated freedom and democracy are incompatible. This was not some philosophical thought experiment. He meant it literally. His solution? Stop trying to fix democracy and just exit. Let the competent people, by which he means billionaires, create their own government while the rest of humanity drowns in what he calls the swamp of democratic politics. To buy influence and favors in Washington, Thiel needed a political patsy, and he chose J.D. Vance for his experiment. Thiel bankrolled Vance with $15 million, and the monster he created is now one heartbeat from the presidency. This isn't political grooming. It's a hostile acquisition of the republic by a man who views your vote as a bug in his operating system. Thiel's worldview is pure venture capital sociopathy dressed up as a philosophy. He looks at America and sees a failed startup. Too many stakeholders, too much deliberation, not enough decisiveness. He wants a startup founder president who can move fast and break things. Unfortunately, some of those things are civil rights and the rule of law. This is what an oligarchy looks like when it has a Stanford degree and fuck you money. It's the belief that America is just another underperforming equity ripe for disruption. Where you can replace we the people with me the CEO, we need to stop treating governance like a cap table. Citizens in a country run like a startup are merely expendable. Harumph.
Well done.
Very good.
Wasn't exactly light and fluffy. It wasn't not my favorite human, as you can imagine. But for what it's worth, there you go.
Important to be said.
I think there's
And
a
I
lot
hope
of
it
things.
starts the conversation.
I think there's a lot of things that are important to be said, and I think we're going to cover a lot of those topics. And what does that have to do with things? I think people that are scared to have open discourse on certain things because they think they're going to upset people, I don't like that. Like, a lot of my friends think very differently than I do, very differently, and which means we're on opposite sides of the fence, and they're my friends. You know, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, but do you wind up having conversations with them politically? Because I find I won't, and I think it was Mark Twain who had the great comment that you can't try to negotiate with an idiot because they pull you down to their level and win by experience.
I like that.
So
I mean, we will go at it every once in a while, but I think, you know, bringing difficult discussions into like a two-sided, you know, argument, discuss. It's really healthy.
it is healthy. The problem, the way that I see it, is we become binary. So you either are with me or you're against me. And if you're against me, I can't change you and you can't change me. To me, that's the worst thing that's happened in our country.
But we're
in the last 10 years.
We're also older, and so, you know, sometimes I think people can and will change the way they think about things. I think it's more difficult if you're talking about somebody in their 60s or 70s or 80s.
No,
You know,
we're
they're
set
less
in
likely
our ways. I
Yeah,
I think
understand
what
that,
we've
but
lost,
I know
as someone said, is the ability to agree to disagree.
that's right.
Sure.
That's right. There's
well
no
said.
reaching across the aisle to say, you know what? I
There's
hear
no
you. I
gray
respect
zone
you. I hear
anymore.
you. I respect you.
We're black and
talking
white
about talking about younger people, I will disagree with that because I'm not naming names, but I know a bunch of people, younger people, who on dating apps, as soon as they see if they don't have the same political belief, they're like, just move on. Like, no interest whatsoever.
Right.
Well, people do a lot of things on dating apps if you don't have the same. You know,
Okay, we'll stop there.
that will be another subject.
All right, should we go to Peter in San Diego?
somehow I'm on a TikTok, you know, because TikTok.
I'm not a TikTok, but go ahead, tell us.
Oh, I love TikTok, but I'm on a
never
TikTok
know.
algorithm right now.
Yes.
That because I must have stopped on one where I am on.
Careful, this is live. Go ahead.
No, I know, but I'm on a TikTok algorithm with like Tinder cheaters,
Oh,
Tinder cheaters.
like married people that are on Tinder
What
that get
was-
busted.
What was I'm saying Dolly, man,
Is there video of this?
Yeah, they're all videos,
Oh,
and it's great.
like
'cause-
being
and they
caught?
show the video of the person?
Like being caught?
You mean like at the Coldplay show where they were
Yeah.
like that?
It's like guys coming home and saying, "Hey, I found you on
Oh.
Tinder. Here, get out." And it's or women coming home and saying,
But
How
do you
many
think they're
of those
real?
are real though?
Right,
"Oh,
do you
I
think they're
think
real?
No.
No.
They just want the clicks.
Correct.
Oh, you're crazy."
No, I
No.
mean, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but come on.
Oh
those-
my God.
And everybody just has that on
Maybe
video
a
and
couple
just
of them
posts
were
it.
real. The rest are fake,
I'm with Saul.
totally scripted.
No,
But you know what? You keep believing they're all real. Let's go to Peter.
don't ruin my
Let's-
thing.
right.
Okay.
Let's go.
Don't
I'm
ruin
in-
my reality.
Don't ruin my TikTok reality. I'm in this loop right now,
And it's good.
It's good. It's good.
I
All
knew
right.
it. I knew it.
I knew it.
All right. Can we go to Peter from San Diego or San Diego?
San Diego. Hey, Peter, what's going on, man?
No, Peter.
We'll give it a quick shot,
Hello, Peter?
And
and we'll come back to
we
you.
will come back. All right. How about wow? Words.
Let's do
words
wow.
of wisdom.
A discussion on networking.
Yeah, we every day we are going to cover something that I think is like super important to growth and personal growth, whether it's business, whether it's just whether it's engagement or business or it's differentiation, whatever you want to call it, whatever can make you stronger, give you more bullets to negotiate with, give you more ideas to think about. That's what this segment is. It's really one of the most important segments we're going to do on the show. And let's start with this, okay? So today's topic is networking. And I've always felt that networking is kind of like right up there with,
Critical.
I don't know how you get from point A to point B or C or whatever
Critical.
without creating a network. Now, it's very hard to be 22 years old and create a network because your network is your school friends.
Right.
But it's when you're in the business world for a long time, like Scott and I were before we started Thinkorswim, we were on the trading floor for a long time. We built a network, from managing money to dealing with just different institutions. We had a network, and that network allowed us to do a lot of things that we couldn't have done, obviously, without it. So for me, experience is the foundation of networking. Now, even if somebody's just a freshman at some university, I tell them how important networking is, but experience really builds,
Everything.
starts to build your network.
And you never know who you're going to meet, that's the person that somehow is going to lead you to something that's going to be a life-changing experience. So I say to my kids and their friends when they ask questions, I say, listen, go to all these things, meet as many people as you can meet, though not minimizing your time, because our time individually, it's our most valuable asset. But if you can figure out a way to optimize that and have the opportunity to meet some interesting people, it might not matter now, but it could matter in a couple of years. You go, you know what?
Down the
That's a
road.
good one. For me,
Put yourself out there.
and I say, one of the things I say about myself is I'm a very good problem solver. I might not know the answer, but I'm really good at knowing within my network where to go to the right person to get the answer.
Yeah, yesterday, Scott and I had a business call with somebody, and he goes, do you remember when we talked 5 years ago about something? And I'm like, sure, of course I remember. But I mean, my point is, like,
5 years, and now 5 years later, we're having
5 years later,
another phone call, and
we're negotiating something.
correct.
So, like, you just never know.
You never know.
Next up.
Click.
Okay, so this is all part of the networking thing. Scott, you take this.
So be likable and humble. There's so much to be said for, and one of the comments that I say to people is be a good listener. And that to me is being likable and humble. When I say being a good listener, most people I find don't listen. They wait for their turn to talk. Pointing fingers. So he doesn't listen to one thing I say, and then I say something, and he'll.
I'm not a good listener.
Not a good listener.
Not a good
good listener.
At least you admit to
Right.
it.
I'm a very good listener. What I find, if you are a good listener, you will come off as being likable and being humble, meaning, listen, I don't care who you are or what success, however you define success that you've had. you can keep that in check as you're working with people, because again, you don't know what that person that you're talking to, you have no idea what that person can bring to the table.
I don't see listener up there.
But I threw it in there.
I know, because I'm definitely not a good listener. That's
Correct.
why I would never put it up there.
Right.
I think one of the traits that we have tried to deliver over the last 25 years is that, for Scott and myself, is that we both are humbled by the success, but we also try to be very humble, meaning we don't care, we've never cared if you have $1,000 or 100 million. Like, it doesn't matter to us. And we've tried to be incredibly humble and treat everybody the same. But the likable part is very understated. And let me just go through that for a second. I've been around lots of different CEOs, executives at lots of different firms. I mean, we've been bought out twice, but besides that, we've run lots of companies, we've bought lots of companies, we've been around incredible CEOs, we've been around incredible executives, we've been around some really bad ones. The trait to me that is most important, aside from quick decision making, is the most successful CEOs are very likable. People are like, I don't necessarily agree with you, but I like you. The best CEOs we've ever worked with are incredibly likable. And they're also very humble. It's not about them, and they respect that. So, very important.
Oh, it should be. Yeah.
Let's keep going here. If you're on hold, we see you. We just had a few phone issues before. We'll get to you after this segment.
I'd love to
Yes, I
put
love
up
this
slide
one. Never bite,
so
never
people
bite,
can see it.
never bite the hand that may one day feed you.
Smoking a joint.
Yes.
Hey, it's legal.
That's right.
It's our dog.
That's our dog. So never bite the hand that may one day feed you. Tom and I have said, well, we've been together for 37 years, and we have said this for probably 37 years. When talking about a partnership in some way, if we had a service, a vendor, somebody that we were using, we would always say, you don't ever fire somebody, you just choose not to use them, because again, you don't know when your paths may cross again. Case in point, 5 years goes by, nothing happened 5 years ago, we have a phone call, and it wasn't a bad phone call, so we weren't firing him, but all of a sudden now 5 years later, we might have something that we'll end up doing. So that, I think, goes about being humble and being respectful. But there's no reason to ever do something to come at somebody for, I guess if the situation warranted, it was bad enough, but I would say avoid that at all costs.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of just common sense. The world is, what do they say?
Small.
Well, the world is very small, and you're only X degrees of separation
Six.
apart, but it's
Six.
smaller than that.
Six.
When you're in a certain industry, in a certain town,
That's true.
the degrees
In
of separation.
Chicago, it's about 2 or 1.
And in the financial
Right.
world, it's pretty much 1.
Yeah.
And I think that's the kind of, I think that's the thing actually globally in the world of finance, is that you're basically 1 degree away. And I feel like, there's definitely people that we've, that have been with us where things didn't work out, but they came back later on. And I'm always like, listen, you never know what's going to happen 5 years or 10 years from now.
Never know.
But just be careful, because, sometimes things that you think may never come back,
Do.
they come back. Yeah.
They do.
So don't burn bridges, right?
Don't burn
Correct.
bridges.
Either.
Correct.
Don't.
In your own industry. You want to
Yeah.
burn a bridge at your dry
There's
cleaner.
no need.
Go ahead.
Nothing's going to change. You're
No, I
not going
know.
to change anyone.
I'm just
so
saying.
just don't burn that bridge.
Right. In your world.
Right.
What else you got? There you go. It's a small world. Respect everyone. I can't stress this enough. People that are arrogant, people that have these crazy egos, people that are condescending, they all end up,
They suck.
they suck.
They
They all
suck.
end up
Believe it or
sucking.
not,
Some
yeah,
end
they-
up like Peter Thiel as billionaires, multi-billionaires, but they still suck, and they're miserable pricks. And it just always remember that. It's
No matter
Just
how
treat-
much money you have, nobody's going to like you if you're a prick.
right.
Treat people with respect. Just treat
yeah.
it's really simple. I mean, treat people the way you want to be treated, period.
Right.
In we live in a very small ecosystem, and like we've always done. We've always built our models on goodwill, which means you have to respect everyone. That's it. Small.
That's it. All right, I think that's the last one.
No, there's one very important one.
This is a very good one.
Help others. The payout is immeasurable.
Doing a good, just acts of kindness, just little things can go such a long way. Regardless, it could be in your daily life and it could be at work. But we've always built businesses where there's tremendous camaraderie, a great team mentality, and you help those around. And it makes me think of, I remember when TD bought us, and I went to Omaha to see their office, and everybody had their cubicle with their head down, and you were docked. It was a big negative if you had to ask somebody around you for the answer. And I looked at them like, why are you doing that? To me, the objective is to give the best support to your customer. If the person doesn't know the answer, but the person next to him does, just ask. And this is, to me, it's internally helping each other, and then also just in your life, just helping each other, because it makes for a better world. It makes people happier, and hopefully we can, as a society, just choose to be on a different course than I think what we are on right now.
One of the things that we've done in every business we've ever built, and this is just, the last 25 years plus, and it's worked for us because we've built two amazing companies before Lossdog, is if anybody sends either of us an email, we responded. And it's very rare that the CEOs of multi-billion-dollar financial firms respond. In fact, I think you'd be pretty hard-pressed to even know the name of the CEO of most financial firms, let alone the email address, let alone get a response.
If you did, we're able to send them one.
Let alone get a response telling you how to work your way out of a bad position, or how to, what the mechanics are around something, how to optimize something, or just to give you emotional support. I don't think there's another CEO or CEOs in all of finance. We have used this help others. The payout is immeasurable as kind of the foundation for everything we've ever built. This is what we've been about, and it's been worth billions of dollars to us. So don't discount that.
One of our viewers says, nice guys finish last.
Absolutely not true.
Horseshit.
That's absolutely not true.
Total horseshit.
Yeah, that's absolutely not true.
Maybe with women, but not business.
Okay.
The exact opposite. All right, let's try. We got Peter again from San Diego. Do you see?
All right, we'll try again, Peter. What's up, man? We're still working through our phone issues.
Peter,
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we got you, Peter.
Okay. First of all, I want to congratulate you guys on a really refreshing format here. This is really fun to listen to.
Thank you,
man. Thanks.
But what I'm calling about is a film recommendation, and it stems from that discussion yesterday about inviting people to your own funeral. Have you ever heard of the film Get Low?
Ooh,
Get Low.
I think I've heard of it, but I don't think I've ever seen it.
Okay, it stars Robert Duvall, Sissy Spacek,
Wow,
and Bill Murray. And Bill Murray, you guys from Chicago, you got to love that movie.
Icon.
Bill Murray's in it, right?
wow.
Yeah, for sure.
But really, try to get your hands on that movie because it has a great message. It's funny. Bill Murray's hilarious, and also it goes to the point about inviting people to your own funeral because
All right.
Robert Duvall.
All right, now it's on my list. Watch list.
The problem is Tom doesn't
that.
have any streaming services, so Sol and I will watch, and then we'll report back.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Well, you might have to actually go and buy the DVD.
Oh.
Oh. I don't have a DVD player,
I'm going to
though.
say we can find it. Sol's good at this. We'll find it.
We'll find it.
We got something to do right after the show.
All
We'll
right.
go look for it. But thank you for the call.
Okay.
Appreciate it. All right.
All right, guys.
Hold on one second. Hey, thanks, Peter. Hey, Peter in our production room, or Emma, can you guys
Turn up the sound a little bit.
Yeah, crank up the sound a little bit on the speakers here?
For the
And let's go to Mike in Westchester.
Hello.
Hey, Mike.
Hi.
Hey, this is Mike.
A little
Mike
louder.
T. You know, I've known you guys a long time. You hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you. What's up, Mike?
So, I want to run this by you. So you guys have been in business, like, I don't know, 37, 40 years. So my guess is that since you have the same last name, but Sheridan comes before Sosnoff, that Tom filed the papers and said it's called Sosnoff Sheridan. Is that how it went down?
I was older. He deferred to.
We have a couple different stories. One, yes, and then two, he had an extra share of stock.
We
flipped a coin.
We flipped a coin for it. So I was a larger shareholder than him at Thinkorswim because we flipped a coin for the extra share. But we've split everything down the middle. So
Okay.
What's up, man?
Okay, so I'm going to share an experience of a guy. Scott and I are pretty close in age. So I'm coming back into the labor force after 13 years. So I'm a W-2 guy.
Okay.
I'm with an insurance company. I did this 30 years ago, but a friend of mine, he had people quitting on him, so finally he asked me to come in. So you have a product that's going to, require a lot of education, not different than what you've done in the past as far as the education. But I just want to give you my experience of dealing with HR and getting onboarded. And this is just to kind of get your free comments at the end, nothing really to cast aspersions on what you're doing. But it took them 2 months to get me on board, even though I was the guy. Now, when I had the interview with HR, they said, hey, this position comes with a car. Kind of like, you're ordering the burger, it comes with pickles. So I was like, yeah, that's great. They finally got me on board. And I didn't push the salary a lot because the position was priced. They could have maybe brought me in a little bit higher position. I'm not like at a senior level. So I knew the position was priced rather than the person. I couldn't really push on that. And plus being out of that industry for 30 years, I made a deal. I said, well, look, I'm going to consider me for promotion in so much time. All right. So I get in there and I asked my friend, like, how soon do I get the car? And like, they're looking at me like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, I was told the car comes with this. So, there was a mistake. It wasn't in the offer letter. And, I could have just pushed back, but the guy that hired me said, well, I'll position it such and such a way. Mike has to go to Jersey and he needs a car. I said, well, what did your boss say? He said, oh vey or oh boy. I'm like, what does that mean?
Oy vey.
So no one was like really, ready to like.
You got to get to
why don't
the
you just say, hey, we
punchline.
made a mistake. All right, we made a mistake. We told the guy he's going to get a car. Why do all this? So what I'm trying to say to you guys is, how do you overcome? You're telling people like, what their value is. Like, how do you overcome HR and all these blocks that are in the way? And just like Scott said 5 minutes ago, why do you have to be afraid to tell someone the answer? So
Yeah.
I'm just throwing it out there for comment.
Yeah, Mike, it's actually.
I'm not saying I have the answer.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. That was actually great. I'm just trying to speed things along because we want to keep everything moving. What's so funny, not funny, but what's so important about what you just said is that most companies don't know how to price jobs. Like, we had this issue over the last 2 companies we built. We would sit there in, our HR team or onboarding team would go, we need XYZ person for this particular role. And even we would use some like third-party service that would give us a range. Let's say the range of the salary is 80,000 to 110. But we had no idea how to price people. We were like kind of almost waiting for their feedback, or we would give them a number and just hope that they took it. I think what we're trying to do here on Lossdog is something different, which is give you the context up front, because you'd be surprised how many companies come in and they make you an offer, but they're either lowballing you or they just have an old set of numbers that it's not really relevant anymore. And so that's kind of what we're trying to do.
And my takeaway, Mike, for everybody listening, if they're in this position, make sure you read you probably just got the DocuSign, you signed it because you were happy, and they left it out. So if somebody tells you that, regardless of whether it's an offer, it's a business deal, they're giving you money, whatever it is, negotiate everything before you sign on the dotted line, because you're not going to go back. It's very rare that a company will say,
Right.
sure, come back and we'll renegotiate.
Thanks.
No, but thanks
Yeah,
for the call,
I just-
Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
this
Thanks,
wasn't a-
appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate
All
it.
right, guys. See ya.
So we're going to go on to talk about markets for a sec, okay?
Yeah.
We like to end every show. This is
Wait, did you want to show the?
oh yeah, no, my God, I forgot one thing. This was the networking segment, and in the networking segment, can you go back?
I can't.
Oh, hey guys in production, can you go show the last slide? Yeah. Keep going. One more. One more. One more. Right there. Stop. Every day we want to give you guys, all the viewers, a sneak peek at what we're building technology-wise. And last night I asked our team here, our dev team, to put together a screenshot of something that we built that nobody's ever built before. And this comes with the software. And this is a watch list. Now, if you're thinking, wow, this looks like a watch list like I've seen before on my trading platform, sure, we've built a lot of watch lists for trading platforms, but that's not what this is. This is a watch list for jobs. This is a watch list in real time. Again, never been built before. Nobody's ever put something like this together. This is a real-time, tick by tick, and don't even ask how we did it, just a bunch of really smart geeks put this together. I think it's about 700 different jobs total in here, and they go. You can sort by city. You can sort by city. You can sort experience, lots of different things. But you can see kind of the underlying salary and then the daily price change. And so if you're curious, like, I live in Chicago, how much does this job pay in New York? Or I live in Chicago, how come I'm not making this amount of money? Or I'm living in Chicago, if I move to Denver, am I going to make less money? All these kind of things. But this is a real-time feed. Now, into this real-time feed is built in things like inflation over time. If you're wondering how we get a real-time data feed, it's tied into inflation, into S&Ps. It's tied into I think there's 50 different indicators. And what we're trying to do is change the world of job search. So you're just not looking down on some page on Indeed or some page on, what's the other one? The big one.
Glassdoor.
Glassdoor or whatever, LinkedIn, whatever it is. And to give people real-time context about, jobs in different cities, and all subscribers will have access to this real-time job feed. It's context. It's super cool. Your friends will call you and say, hey, where's my job trading at right now? Sometimes you don't care about where the stock that you bought is trading, but you're sure as hell going to care about where your job's trading. And so this is cool. Again, we're dropping out a few little bits and pieces every day, but this real-time watch list or data feed with jobs on it is super cool, and it comes with the technology. Now we're going to go talk about markets.
Now we'll talk about markets.
All right. Every day we're going to end the show with what we call
Like the
a
doggy.
market talk segment. And markets have been, Friday we were down
Almost
90.
down almost 100 and closed up.
down almost 100, closed up.
Yesterday we were up 100.
Yesterday we were up 100. We're talking about S&Ps. When we talk about anything, we talk about the S&P 500, which is, we usually talk about futures, but it's same thing. And today, at one point, they were down a little over 25 handles. Now the S&Ps, as we wrap up the show, are down about 7 handles. The weird thing about today, Scott, is that the NASDAQ's very weak today. The Russell's pretty much flat.
Dow's strong.
Dow's strong. There must be, I think it was IBM, if I remember correctly, Big Blue, kind of blowing up on the upside a little bit. I'm sure there's others. But this morning when I looked at it, it was mostly like IBM, and there's and IBM and Apple, I think, were both two of the stocks were up big, and the Dow's up big. But we're not here to talk about like specific trades and
The reason it's important, one, as we talk about hopefully people being able to participate in the equity markets at a different level than they have been, it requires its muscle memory and its engagement. So the reason, for all the years, and Tom has been on the road, I was running the show inside, but I would still talk to a lot of people. I would talk to a lot of people, and we're talking about, as we just said, the ES, the S&Ps. And somebody said, well, I don't trade futures. Why would I want to look at that? Well, the futures are what lead everything. So you might not be trading S&Ps, you might not be trading NASDAQ, but if you look today and you say, wow, S&Ps are down 975, but NASDAQ's down 166, that's telling you NASDAQ stocks are weak relative to the S&P and the Dow stocks are strong. Muscle memory, engagement, and that's important that I think is, frequently, I'm not saying minute by minute or tick by tick, but you stay engaged and you're looking at what the markets are doing.
I think it's also important to have a clue as to what's going on in the real world. Like it's really easy to sit here and say,
wait a minute, we just found news that's important to you.
No, these are market. This is not news.
But this is news.
This is market data.
I got it. Sorry.
It gives you bullets for talking. Yeah, it's just. Occasionally there's a little hypocrisy in my life, but not too much.
Okay.
But like people say, well, gold's going crazy. Well, if you've never traded gold, you have no idea the gold. What does that mean?
Right.
If you say the U.S. dollar, you'll hear people say, well, the stock market's up, but the U.S. dollar has lost all its purchasing power because the U.S. dollar's gotten killed. Which is true, but nobody has any context around that because you don't actually trade those markets. I actually trade U.S. dollars almost every day, versus the euro or the British pound or the Japanese yen. The silver markets have gone nuts. What does that mean? Like, what's nuts? Is it silver $30 or is it $50? Like people talk about digital assets like Bitcoin, and like I don't know, where's Bitcoin? Is it 100,000? Is it 200,000? Is it 125,000? Bitcoin's down 2,500 today.
Just under 104.
Yeah, just under 104. But like, what? And crude oil's up $1 today. It's not like, is this stuff mission critical to the rest of your life? No, but it gives you sound smarter. It gives you more areas.
You are smarter.
You are smarter. It gives
You're
you
engaged.
It gives you more things to articulate. It gives you more things to talk about. It gives you a broader knowledge base.
That's right. Makes
you sound smarter.
Information is power.
Okay, information is power.
There you go.
Yeah. I don't like talking to people that can't talk. I don't actually know anybody that can't talk about markets, so I'm a little weird in that sense, but I think that it's very real.
Only in that sense?
Right.
Only in that sense, Sol. Only in that sense. Again, if this is your first time tuning in to One Lucky Dog, well, you didn't miss much because yesterday was the first show, today's the second show.
Yeah.
And we are doing this show Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, 3 days a week for the next couple of weeks. And then we're going to see if we expand to a fourth day, depending on demand, viewership, and stuff like that. We ask that you tell everybody you can about it. Please, the number of views matter to us because it gives us an idea of, how important our content is. You can watch this content anytime too. Like it just loops all day long. And so we love that fact. If you haven't signed up yet at Lossdog.com for our software, the first 100,000 signups are going to get something very special from us. So please sign up for the wait list at Lossdog.com. The One Lucky Dog show is always going to be free. And like we said, we're testing some things out. Today was a pretty damn good show. Covered a lot of fun topics.
75 minutes.
Exactly an hour and 15 minutes on the dot. We thought this show's going to be between 75 and 90 minutes most of the time. Occasionally we'll get a short one at around an hour, but most of the time 75 minutes is going to be kind of our sweet spot. We think that's a really good viewing time. We can cut stuff up from it. We're going to talk, more and more about the things that you guys like, and we're going to take that from the feedback in the chat. in the YouTube chat. We're going to take that from the feedback we get on calls. We're going to take that from the feedback we get on emails. And, you know, be brutally honest with us. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you don't like. And
We'll take it.
and I hope that, you know, everybody's going to get a lot of takeaways from this. I think this show is going to be one of the most valuable things we've ever done in 40 years. So, fingers crossed.
All right.
Ciao for now.
Ciao, ciao, ciao. Thank you. See you tomorrow.